Hello and welcome to Roleplay Rejects, where we play new and unusual tabletop role-playing games. This season we're playing Shadows of Esteren, so let's Esteren some shadows.
Mine's gonna be a little more kid-friendly, but
Goblonia.
whatever. Yeah, Goblonia.
I have to wonder, are we the ones who make it this fucked up?
I think
Like
we
dark
are
side.
sometimes.
You like to make it fucked up.
That's part of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I also
and
think-
I do like to make it fucked up.
We have a good like Fallout wasn't as fucked up, right? And then War was pretty fucked up. And I think we have a good range.
Yeah.
Cause Lady Blackbird.
Yeah.
I always almost say Lady Blackbeard. Lady Blackbird was pretty whimsical, I think.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was pretty family friendly.
That's
Yeah.
good.
And then
Yeah.
Shadow of Saren is a little less so. Yeah, I think we have a good balance.
Yeah.
Yeah, Bunkers was not family friendly, but in a different way.
It was T for teen, I think.
Yeah.
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 I would say most of our stuff's PG-13.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe
Okay.
not with the cursing.
With the cursing, it's not.
I mean, 13-year-olds curse.
But you get to see boobies, I think. PG-13. No, that's not it.
Yeah, you do.
Yeah,
Well,
you
I
I'm
mean,
pretty sure.
PG-13.
Look
You
at
get to see
Titanic.
butts.
Titanic
yeah, but that was
edition.
PG-13
did. Back in the day.
in the 90s.
Okay, yeah.
It's just different.
Wasn't Black Adam
13-year-olds were
PG-13?
different.
Was
Yes.
Black Adam PG?
Yeah. So
Yeah.
then they can literally see Black Adam fry a man's flesh off of the
Okay.
bones
Yep.
in his body.
But
Yep.
they can't see boobies.
Yep.
That's
Yeah. And you can only say fuck once.
One time.
Yeah.
So
That's
you
it.
better use it well.
I guess our
Remember,
cursing is
usually
really
Waitley
don't.
was fuck.
our cursing is really what since it's over, I think, which is so dumb because
Yeah.
you just tell those kids that their mom is dead. I think that's a little worse than hearing me say fuck, right?
Right?
Yeah.
A little
But
more
hey,
traumatized.
Disney's just like, Bambi, kill that mom.
Gee.
Also, they're like, all right, so we'll give this one a mom with Entangled, but she'll be toxic as fuck.
Yep.
And
Bro.
not actually her mom.
Dude, Tangled was such a good
And then they
movie.
barely
Tangled
give
is
any
so
attention
good,
to
but
the
it's
real mom that's
triggering.
actually
Yeah.
so sweet.
Yep.
It's unsettling because I've seen moms like Rapunzel's moms
Mhm.
Yeah.
Mhm.
or mom, and it's like, oh, I've heard that before. That's rough. There are so many kids, so many teenagers and adults even that were probably like, oh God,
Dude, they've
Yeah.
been
that's
nailing
my mom.
stuff lately
Yeah.
with family issues. They've been all over it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Have you guys watched Cinema Therapy on YouTube?
Mm-mm.
Just
They
the
are
ones
So
very
good.
good.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So it's one of them is a licensed therapist and the other guy is a filmmaker. And so the filmmaker will talk about hey, the way they compose this scene is really pulling on these emotions for this, and this reason. And the therapist is like, yes, and like
Brain
Rapunzel's
stuff.
mom is super toxic because XYZ, and she probably had something in her life that she is now projecting onto Rapunzel, but she shouldn't because she's the adult in the situation and Rapunzel is the child. And it gets deep. They are really good. Highly recommend them.
Yeah,
Okay,
they're
that
one
sounds
of my
good.
favorite YouTube
Yeah.
channels.
And honestly, they're
ever.
ones that you could watch around your kid because it's
just-
cartoons.
yeah.
Well, and not everything that they do is cartoons, but they themselves, they try their best to have a pretty PG-13, or the very, very most.
Yeah, even when they're doing
Um,
R-rated movies, it's pretty PG-13
Yeah.
the way they do it.
Yeah, they have fantastic, and they choose or tend to choose themes surrounded around different movies. So for example, they talk about or characters. They talk about Aragorn in Lord of the Rings, and they discuss toxic masculinity and what that means and how he
Is the opposite of that.
absolute opposite of it, and how he's a really great role model for men, and all sorts of different stuff. It's really cool. They
Yeah.
had one on Fight Club that was really amazing.
Yep, that's another good
Um,
one about masculinity.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
I guess I really liked those ones. I don't know.
Yeah. The Lion King one about
Ugh.
grief and how people process grief differently and like in different stages is really good.
Yeah, it was rough. The one on Up is another good one.
Yeah, Up is so sad.
It's so sad. But those are just like fantastic ways to like learn about like the human psyche, I guess, and like put it into something that's really easy to understand. Movies, right?
Yeah.
Like similar to how I think a lot of role players play games, right? Like we take what we know and then we put it into a game and like kind of mess with the reality of it, but use it to portray what we've experienced. And I think it's a cool YouTube channel. Everybody should check it out.
Yep.
Yeah,
Highly recommend.
Cool.
All right.
The music came up a little while ago. That's our cue.
Riggedy recap.
Yeah, nose goes.
I got it. So let's take a look. So last time, Otis takes the black Eoghan from the shriveled hands of this person inside of the cage, inside of the tree, inside of the ground. Okay. And wraps it in rags and makes sure that he doesn't touch it. One of the men that we stopped from killing himself, but then gave some purgative, is still coughing blood. We built him a stretcher to get him back to Twail. Reveka and I carry him back while Otis and Vera go to the people that we tied up at that little campground a little while back. Okay. Larry is happy that people are waking up and pays Otis generously. We get 3 purgatives from Henry the herbalist. They are Pepto Pink. They are beautiful. Vera and I then go to Joey and Jim's house, and we tell them that their mom is dead. And, well, actually, Vera did all the talking. I just stood there. I was like, these guys will be fine. They're orphans.
Oh, he's 7? Yeah, he's good.
Yeah, right. I had my 3rd job by the time I was 7. So I have that in my notes. They're orphans, but they'll be fine. So we let them go. And then we end up staying at the inn. All right. Otis and Reveka are kind of looking over the black Eoghan, and Otis decides he's going to go meditate over it. Okay. So him and Reveka go off into the woods. After he catches a couple rats, he lets the rats loose and they're dancing around, and he's meditating, and he puts some of his Rindoth into the black Eoghan, and he passes out.
Yay!
That's my recap.
Cool.
So, in the meantime, while you're doing that, Ragnvald is tossing and turning, and he is at a jousting tournament, and he sees his old master, Eystein of Ostabale, all in his blue and gray robes, like armor stuff, and he's jousting against this other knight, and the two of them hit each other, and Eystein goes down, and his horse has a broken leg. So I run up, and I start to look over the injury, right? There's a bone sticking out. This horse is probably never going to run again. And as I am trying to set the bone, this vine comes out and starts wrapping around my hand, and it pulls me in, and all of a sudden I'm inside of the tree again, and the walls are closing in, and it is dank and it is musty, and I wake up in a cold sweat.
Oof.
And I look around, I'm breathing heavy. Eoghan's asleep next to me, just completely out. And I go and I open up one of the windows to get some fresh air and then lay back down.
That's so good.
I know, chills.
Okay.
Anyway, I got some trauma.
Yeah. Don't we all? Coming back to Otis, the now unconscious Otis.
Back to me or back to
Reveka standing over Otis. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we can start with you.
Okay. So as Otis and I walked out initially,
Mm-hmm.
you know, I'm a little annoyed because he's like, I have my own way of meditating.
Yeah.
Like, I know what I'm doing. Like, it's fine. And I'm like, okay, like you have your own way of doing things. Like, maybe you've had some more experience than I thought. Maybe you've had more training than I thought. And I kind of give him his space. But I stay pretty close by. He said he didn't want me to interject at all, so just kind of hung out by a tree, not too terribly far away from him, but far enough away that, like, I feel like it's a good distance for him to not feel like I'm breathing down his neck, you know? And as he hits the ground, I spring to my feet and rush over to him. And I try to just assess what's going on, because I'm aware that sometimes these meditations can pull you in pretty deep, but it seemed pretty sudden, his collapse. So I think we, at this point, like, come to me checking on him. Is that
okay?
Yeah. Otis,
And
wake up.
yeah, he's just laying there, unresponsive to your words. After a bit, you do seem like kind of starting to mumble. It's pretty unintelligible. But he doesn't look like, you know when someone's having a nightmare next to you and you can tell they're having a nightmare. He doesn't look like that. He looks pretty okay. Like, he's just kind of laying there. Like, it's almost like he suddenly fell asleep. And yeah, he starts mumbling to himself.
Otis! And I'm gonna smack him as hard as I possibly can across the face.
Yeah, I mean, you smacked the shit out of him. He's still unconscious.
God damn.
Okay.
Maybe cover up the thing.
Oh yeah, that's a good point. Did
Or,
you
like, just
take
get
the
it away
rock
from him?
It's on the ground.
out?
He's like,
On the ground, like in
at, like,
front of.
open,
Yeah.
uncovered?
yeah. And he's
Okay.
like laying next to it, like,
Okay, yeah. So I'm gonna, like, slowly repackage it. I'm gonna put it into my own pack for right now. And then I'm gonna start lighting the candles that I brought in preparation for this meditation. And I'm gonna place them. I have 5. Place them in certain points around his body, and just kind of I'll step into the circle of candles that I've made, actually, and just kind of hold him.
wait for him to come to.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because if that slap didn't work, I don't know what will. Like,
Okay. Before we go into the next scene, I do want, like, just keep in mind, when you dream, your dreams can accelerate a lot faster than real life. Like, you can have,
yeah.
you can go through a week in like a couple hours, right? Keep that in mind as we go through this. So, you collapse. Reveka comes in, stops you, lights candles, puts away the thing, right? We're gonna rewind just a little bit to your collapse, right? And when you collapse, you wake up in an old farm, or more noticeably, your old farm.
What? Oh no! Not
And,
the chores again.
You come to, you see out of the corner of your eye, like kind of like a shady silhouette of a figure. But every time you turn to look at it, it moves, right? So like it's like on your right, you turn to look on it, and then it's on your left, and you can never really make direct eye contact with it. But you know you're not alone here, right? And it's nighttime. There's a full moon in the sky, and it's your field, like just your old farm that you grew up on. And as you come to in this field, you hear, "Finally, I thought I was gonna starve." And you can tell, like, every time, like, even though it keeps moving, every time she speaks, you can tell that it's a shadowy figure that you hear around you. And she goes, "I was beginning to think that you would never take the time to get to know me better."
Well, can I see you?
Well, I really wish you could, but it looks like you have commitment issues because you wouldn't take me into the palm of your hand.
Oh, well. Am I like in dream state, kind of like dream logic going on in my own brain, or am I like fully conscious in here?
You are conscious in there. Like you are like you have your wits about you. You like you know that like you know you shouldn't be here, right? Like you know you're not awake. Yeah. You have your logistics about you.
Okay. Well, are you the fucking stone?
Me? Yes, yeah. I am. Yeah, I am. For the ease of explanation, I am, to use your words, the fucking stone that that you did me the favor of meditating upon.
Well, what do you want?
I was hoping we could make a deal, something that benefits both you and me. That way, we can both live this life as beneficial as possible for the both of us. I help you achieve your goals. You feed me with endless amounts of Mundath. It's like
okay, hold on. This life, looking around the farm that I'm in, you think I won't come back here and live this life?
Well, this is, I mean, you grew up here. I figured this was just like the easiest setting for me to meet you.
Oh, you know fuck all then.
Yeah. But
how do I even know, like, okay, so what, I'll feed you more of my life essence, and then what, you just fucking, how can you even help me?
Well, you're right, I guess I do owe you more of an explanation about me. I guess for now you can just call me Luna. And I am Phaon.
Oh shit.
Yeah, I know, it's always surprising the first time.
Well, yeah, I'm just a mere mortal around you lot. Like,
what do you mean you lot?
Do you live? Like, do you like live along? Do you age? Is that even a thing for you?
For me, particularly, I mean, I guess as quickly as Stone does.
Do you know, like, a masked one? Why do they eat each other?
You obviously have a lot of questions, right? And it seems like the answer to those questions would be very beneficial to you and your friends. So you understand now why, if we made a deal, it could be beneficial for the both of us.
Well, let me get this straight, right? So you're trapped in the stone, right?
I am the stone.
You are the stone, sure, right? Hungry, right? Probably just, do almost anything for just a mere morsel of food.
Not almost anything. I mean, I can wait thousands of years. You'll die eventually. Somebody else will find me. But most things, sure.
Where does it all go?
What do you mean?
This life essence that I'd be giving you.
I mean, it goes to me.
Yeah, but do you feeds you? Are you just a glutton then? Greedy?
No.
That's a human trait.
I think... Okay, I don't think I can further this explanation without giving you just a little bit of a heads up on Rendoth, since you clearly have a very limited understanding.
Well, I know enough.
Yeah, I'm sure you do. So, Phaon does, right? Ooh, the spooky, scary. Can't use like, I don't know if you ever like, can't use magic by traditional means, by your means, right? You pick up a cool rock, you go, whoa, and then suddenly grass is growing. Me, the Phaon does, we can't do that. That is to say, our bodies don't produce Grindoth. At least that much I'm sure you're aware of. But humans, when they cast their magic spells, they're a lot less precise with it, right? So, for example, whenever you cast or whenever you use your vegetal growth, right? You pour your Rendoth into a stone and you go, wow, the grass grows. But not all your Rendoth goes directly into the stone, right? Because you are unprecise and kind of simple. Some of your Rendoth just kind of exist out there in the world. And that's how Feondas can cast spells. They can grab the Rendoth that you waste and put it to other use. So, if you and I make a deal and we share this body, I can use the Rendoth that you have at your disposal, and you can, I don't know, like, I guess use Feondas spells, but that's less important. The more important part is my benefit.
Okay, well, hold on now. So, are you telling me then that you want me to just curl up into a little bowl surrounded by roots like your last user was?
Okay, I see the, I understand the trepidation, the hesitation, the lack of motivation in your words. No, I mean, I'm a woman of my word, and he and I, that was the pact that we had. He gets to use my abilities while he's alive. I get to use his bodies when he passes. He didn't know exactly what that meant when we made the deal, but I mean, ignorance is bliss and all that, you know? And at this point, you feel a very heavy slap across your cheek.
Ow.
Ow. Did you do that?
I didn't. It looks like your friend is trying to wake you up.
Yeah. That's probably for the best. So, what exactly would our deal be if we were to make it?
I don't know. That's up to us. You're a whole adult, kind of. So am I. We can set our own terms, and I'm sure we can come to a mutually beneficial agreement. And at this point, like, your farm that you grew up on starts to, like, blink in and out of existence. Then she goes, it looks like our conversation's being cut short, but take some time to think about it, and, well, you know how to reach me. And then you start to come to. And then, Reveka, you see him, like, he stops to mumble. He starts coming to. Yeah.
Goodness.
Oh. What time is it?
It's been like, since you knocked out, it's been like, I don't know, like 20 minutes. Your face still kind of stings.
Did you do this?
Yeah.
Well, that hurt.
Well, I'm sorry. You collapsed.
Oh, yeah.
I thought you were dead.
Well, did you check to see if I was breathing?
Okay, well, I'm not that dumb, but from across the field, it looked like you just collapsed and died. I ran over. You didn't wake up to me yelling at you. Didn't even acknowledge it. So I figured...
Like that's my fault, right? Here I am, just meditating. And then
meditating incorrectly, I will point out.
Okay, one, can you cast spells?
We're going to have this conversation right now.
We're going to have this conversation right now.
No,
Yeah.
I
What
can't.
the fucking candles? Are you kidding me? That's the most man-made thing I've ever seen. What the hell?
Interesting.
Like, I feel like you don't respect my craft.
Okay, Sinyet.
Hey.
It is giving Sinyet.
Listen, I wanted to let you do it on your own, but you collapsed 2 seconds into meditating, and I would like to point out
whatever,
that...
Luna. Might as well
What?
just clean up and let's get going.
Who the fuck is Luna?
What?
Who's Luna?
Is she talking to you too?
No, you just called me Luna.
Oh.
Do you
Well-
do you know who I am?
Yeah, Reveka. That's
Okay,
what I
so who's
said.
Luna?
Well, The Rock. Okay, The Rock's Luna.
The Rock is Luna.
Yeah.
Okay.
Is that what you wanted to hear?
Well, no, that's not what I was expecting to hear, but
This
tell me about Luna the Rock.
Well,
And she sits down.
I'm still cracking up at can you cast spells? That was so disrespectful. Dude, that's toxic, but it was so fucking
I
funny.
don't know what about it specifically is giving me these vibes, but like a stepmom with a teenage stepchild who's like having trouble adjusting and acting out because of it.
Yeah.
It's the vibe that I'm getting from this. I know it's very specific.
That
you're
is kind of
right.
what it is, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's what it feels like.
Well, that depends. One, you're going to slap me again. And two, are you going to listen until I've finished my piece?
Oh, so I'm the one that's bad at listening. Well, sure, I'll let you finish. I'm not going to slap you again. That was a last resort. But proceed.
All right. Well, this rock here,
It's in her. It's not present in front of you.
where
You
is
notice
it,
now.
by the way?
It's in my pack.
Well, why'd you do that?
Well, because you were,
You even
Passed
know what
out.
you're holding on to?
no, and apparently neither do you.
Oh, but that's where you're wrong.
Oh, do you now? No.
Yeah.
Did Luna tell you?
Yeah, actually.
Okay, well, proceed, and maybe I'll think about giving it back.
Think about giving it back. Now, Reveka,
Are they just behind the inn arguing? Or
No,
they
we're
went
out in
off a
nature.
ways?
They left the
They left
town.
away.
Oh yeah, that was just the initial talk about it.
Yeah,
Okay,
they gathered
never
some
mind,
rats
never
and they left. Yeah.
Because in my mind, this whole time they were behind the inn. I'm like,
You look out the window, you're like, shut the fuck up.
We're
the
trying
plan
to
is-
sleep.
Okay.
You'll think about giving it back.
Well, if it's a danger to you, then obviously we need to find something else to
fine.
do with it.
Reveka. Right? You see? I do some jumping jacks. I'm fine. I just need the stone back. I have more questions.
Okay. And she pulls it out of her pocket and she gives it to you, and she's like,
There.
okay.
So, as I was saying,
Mm.
this rock here.
Are you touching it?
No.
Okay.
This rock here is a Feyend. Yeah?
Okay.
You don't look impressed.
Uh,
It's a Feyend. Have you seen a Feyend that's just a stone?
I haven't. I'm not surprised if that's what you're asking me, but
So you've
I
come
haven't
across
met a
this a lot,
Feyond
then?
that's a rock.
Okay. Well, it's a Feyend,
Interesting.
yeah,
Mm-hmm.
and it can speak like a person.
Okay. That is a little weirder, but what
And,
about
like,
it?
I'm not talking just like a random thes and us, right? But like intelligent sentences.
Okay.
And well, it's got info that I think could be very useful.
Okay.
Keeps on droning on about some deal that will never happen. But frankly, I think I can trick it. That's right, Luna. Want to play your little games? We'll play. We'll play.
I think I can trick this being that's been alive for thousands of years.
Well, because I'm smarter than all the other ones. Naturally.
Not like the other girls.
Yeah.
I'm not like other rat catchers.
Yep.
Either way, though, and I actually finished wrapping it up and put it back into my pack. If that fucking thing ever falls in someone else's hands, right? They'll probably make the deal. Me, I love to see him suffer. Now let's get to sleep.
Go. Fuck, Otis.
Rodney! Rodney, come on.
Rodney, it's time to go in.
I'll see you in the morning.
Don't forget about the anti-venom thing, because now you know it was a fan.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, good point.
Mm.
Also, please come tell me. I know. No, that's too metagamey. That's too. Never mind. Because you just took in a lot of information, so I understand if you forget.
As I'm like, Rodney crawls up my leg and everything back up into his rightful home, I think I'll stop. And then without turning around, just say, thanks for keeping me company. And then walk off.
Is that the evening then? Thoughts first?
Yeah.
So you guys just go back to your rooms?
But I'm gonna stay for a little bit.
Like where the meditation happened?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, I guess you are going to be staying in the same room as me too. So
Yeah.
We're just kind of soaking in on what.
Yeah. I'm just kind of just at a loss for thoughts or words. And the candles are already set up, so like might as well use them,
True.
But eventually I stalk back to the room and get some sleep.
Okay. Cool. Cool. Then unless anybody else wants to have any dreams or nightmares or midnight excursions, we'll just go to the morning. You all wake up. Like the innkeeper said before, you can come, like, if you go downstairs, there's going to be a free breakfast for you all. Yeah.
I think as we're getting dressed, I'm gonna say to Vera, like, hey, do you feel any better today than yesterday?
You don't.
not at all. Not even remotely. I think maybe
I don't
we
know.
should use
Maybe
that
we should like,
anti-venom.
yeah. I don't know if it'll help. I mean, Henry didn't know if it would help, but I guess it can't hurt, right? And also, if it does hurt, we'll be still in town, and we
Beat
can
up Henry.
Yeah.
Sure.
I was
Yeah,
gonna
you're
say we
still
can
here.
ask him for help, but sure we can.
I mean, this
we
is
can beat
the
him
help
up.
he's offered prior, so I don't know if I'd go there.
Okay, and so I grab the vials of it and Clink.
Delicious bright green anti-venom.
clink.
I think I elbow Eoghan and just be like, well, maybe Ragnvold can help with mending your wounds.
I do want to say that when you wake up,
Yeah.
Normally you get a little bit of your Randolph back overnight. You didn't this time.
Oof. Okay.
Take that as you will.
Yeah.
Yeah, is Eoghan injured?
Yeah, you got a little beat up, right? I think so.
Well, I elbow Eoghan. I say that to you, Ragnvold, and I can like nod towards.
All right.
Is this how you wingman, by the way? Is that
No, you got it. You got it.
okay?
Oof, my wounds.
Oh, let me bandage you up. And I start bandaging him up loudly in the breakfast room.
And then after, in the breakfast room, it's so obnoxious. But afterwards, he goes, "Wow, oh my god, I feel so much better."
How do you loudly bandage someone?
Oh, you explain what you're doing as you're doing it.
Okay,
You
Doc.
see,
Yeah,
as
no,
we-
I sure do feel better.
I'll
And then
be
we do a
wrapping it around your
twist
arm
over the wound
once
here
more.
to
A loop
add
the
some
loop and pull.
extra pressure, and
And your
then
shoes
we
are looking
tie
good.
it with a square knot right here.
Yeah,
And
I feel better now.
you
let us
sure
eat.
do. And I give,
Yeah, fucking
we dab it up or whatever.
or whatever. Well, Verigal would certainly be lucky to have you in her charge.
Oh, hey, that's a, oh, didn't see you there.
Oh my god,
Reveka.
Reveka! Oh, how embarrassing.
I then go back to eating a massive stack of pancakes.
Nice. Yeah, I love pancakes. Eoghan's eating pancakes too. I've decided just now.
All right.
There.
So, nom, nom, nom. I guess at this point we're just heading out to the Sunken Forest from here, right? I don't think there's anything left for us to do in Twale.
Yeah, there's nothing holding me here.
I would like to get out of here.
Okay.
I'm glad everyone's waking up. I guess all's well that ends Twale. All right.
What? Is this
I don't
another
know
one
if we
of?
can bring you.
Is this another one of the jokes?
Well, you see, when things rhyme, it's funny.
Thank you.
Oh, just rhyming is
A
a funny
doctor
thing?
and smart. Oh my god, bro. Like, if I was a Virgo, I would want you as my.
Man,
My
must have like
protege.
a reason of 5 or something.
Wait,
Some.
hold on. I got one.
Okay.
Um, no.
Yeah.
What's a rhyme?
You know, like when things rhyme.
With-
Like
Like rat and bat.
Yeah, when the ends of the words sound the same.
Rat, bat. Oh.
See, it's kind of fun, huh?
I'll have to
Okay,
drop a
okay.
mixtape.
All right. Shite. There we go. Right, shite.
Right.
Oh, yeah.
Hey,
Let's
see, you're
do it.
getting
All
it.
right. Okay. I hope you know that this is what's happening on the entire way to the Sunken Forest.
Yep.
Okay.
Here we go.
All right, so
Try this one. Orange. All right. Now let's get going, guys.
Wait, hold on. I'll get this one. It's coming to me, I swear.
you guys set out. So
I think as we're about to leave town,
okay.
there's a moment where, like, packing up stuff and everything. I'll just kind of like
Caw.
move over to the edge.
Okay.
I love squawkers so much. And I'll just kind of like be whispering to Rodney a little bit. Rodney, I don't feel it back, Are you feeling the... Yeah, I didn't think so. And then as I look up from Rodney, I see that little shadow
Mhm.
in the peripheral and then like jump, look over, and I don't see it anymore. Fuck me. Oh, Luna, you bitch. And back to the group.
Cool. So there is. I guess the question is, do you want to travel back through the Grey Bog, or do you want to travel like the outskirts of the Grey Bog? Obviously, going through it would be faster, but everyone's awake now.
Yeah, I think we go straight through.
Okay.
Yeah.
But
Might as well. I mean, we were just
What's the
there.
worst that can happen?
I
What do you think we're gonna come across a found?
yeah, Rebecca's our master
We
traveler.
killed the
though,
one.
So
Well, we didn't kill it, but
No,
we
we
got
did
the
not.
one. Yeah. Okay. So you travel straight through. It'll probably take most of the day if you most of the day being like if you travel and you didn't rest in the middle of it, you'd get there like at like 1, like you'd be all the way through it 1 in the morning.
Oh.
Yeah, I know. I said 1 and I was like, that's not very clear. But yeah, so it's up to you if you want to stop in the middle or not.
I think it's smart to stop.
yeah,
Okay.
Yeah.
So from Twale to the Sunken Forest kind of like cuts diagonally, not through the center. So you'll avoid where the big tree was again if you just go in a straight line. You will pass near the campsite where the plant people were at. It's a little before the halfway point if you want to make camp there, or you can just keep going and set up a new spot.
I mean, we already know it's flat over there.
The earth is flat. So I'm just kidding.
No, it's not. It's hollow.
Hollow
Okay.
earth, baby.
Hollow Earth.
It can be flat and hollow.
That's where the dinosaur
Good.
mushrooms live. It's inside of Hollow Earth. Can it be both?
Can it be? Okay, thank you. I was wondering the same. Like, can it be both?
Yeah.
Like
Have
how-
you never heard of a flat box? Look at this box.
Okay,
I guess the
yeah,
question
it
is, how flat is it?
Okay,
right?
so it's thick, but it's flat on top.
I mean, we've dug pretty deep, so it'd have to be pretty thick.
That's true.
You could at least fit a civilization.
Because like crackers aren't hollow, right? They're just like
Right.
little.
But they got fluffy pockets in them. That's not right. That's not what I meant. They got like on a microscopic level, you know, if you zoomed in with a really good camera, you'd be like, wow, look at that hole. Oh, no. As I was saying it, I was like, ah! Let's continue.
Anyway,
So
Flat-
we're stopping.
It
Yeah.
can't be
We're
flat and
stopping.
hollow,
At that
I've
camp.
decided.
Yeah, we're gonna stop at the campsite because might as well. It's already set up.
Okay, you don't see any more pink spores in
Free
the fog
plants.
at any point. It's still pretty foggy. Like,
Mhm.
but you do notice that like the roots that were in the people from before are like they're just kind of dead. Like the bark's on the ground. Like it's not alive anymore.
Are the bodies still there?
Yeah,
Ew.
probably. Yeah, I don't see why they would move.
Well, animals could eat them.
Oh, true. No, yeah, they're still there, but they're like half covered in the mud at this point. You know,
Kind of want to like bury them.
pop off, Isaac.
That's what I want to do.
Okay,
Do that.
like right now.
Yeah.
Okay, roll for it. I'm just kidding. You just like bury them like right there in the mud.
Not like right there. I don't want to like sleep on their dead bodies.
I don't know what the vibe
I'm
is.
gonna like bring it over to the side, like 20
Somewhere.
yards away.
Okay,
That's not that far.
you're doing it by yourself. Is anyone gonna help?
Like I'm asking for help. If people
Yes.
don't-
Ragnvald will help.
Hello, thank you for
Yeah,
helping
we'll
me.
give her a hand too. There were 3 of them, right? 3 dead people right there.
Yes.
Okay, then yeah. Also, you guys take them a good 20, 30 feet away, yards away.
Yards for sure, not feet, because ew.
Get 20 yards away and just start. Are we gonna do like one mass grave, or are we gonna do like 3 separate equal graves? I don't mean to do it. I really don't mean to do it. It just every time I say the word separate, it comes out. I'm like, God damn it.
Um,
I think probably a mass grave.
yeah,
it's
for
easier.
the sake of efficiency.
Okay.
Like, I want to give each. I'm not gonna like toss them on each other, but for the sake of like giving.
Yeah, just kind of shallow, but side by side, but
Yeah.
all kind of, maybe spooning each other.
I'm gonna try to avoid that.
That's how I want to die. Spooning a stranger.
I mean, they were from the same city. They might have known each other,
Yeah.
right?
Spoil's not that big, right? Like,
Yeah.
So that's what I'm doing.
Okay. So the 3 of us dig the hole and shove them in there. You guys doing anything in particular while people are being buried?
I'm journaling.
About what?
Stuff.
Okay, sorry.
Dear diary, the GM is very nosy.
I am. What about Otis?
I think Otis just finds himself just kind of spacing out a bit,
Okay.
and then like every now and then he'll kind of like come back to it and like supervise
The burying.
the burying, yeah.
Oh, I thought you were like.
And then kind of like
talking
space
about
out a little
Supervisor
bit, and then maybe like go over to the dead roots and like poke them with his knife a little bit, see if they feel any Rindoth stuff.
Just for like roots.
Yeah. So I think that's what he's doing.
Okay, cool. Then you bury the dead. And you all come back around the remains of the campfire that is still usable. Like you got that little circle of rocks, and then you have to supply your own wood, right? But you have a little campfire going on. You have the one tent that was already there. I think Reveka at least has a tent.
I do have a tent.
So yeah, you got a couple.
Yeah,
You
I
guys
don't,
got
but
2
I've got
rooms.
my blanket, so I'll just lay that on the ground.
The red crow blanket.
Dibs on the tent.
Dibs on the used tent.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I'm glad we didn't burn it.
So we're almost there, guys. We're just a stone's throw away from the Sunken Forest.
Jesus, how
Yeah.
can you throw a stone that far?
I'm pretty strong.
Oh, Eoghan, how are you feeling about the whole ordeal?
A little anxious, I guess. Like I don't know this old guy at all. I don't know how many answers he's gonna have, or
Well, have you even thought of the questions?
I mean, I guess I just wanted to tell me about the circumstance of my birth, and then I assumed from there I'd wing the questions.
Well,
We could.
I would approach this right. Like, you gotta plan ahead a little bit.
Okay.
Right? Maybe think as if this person were some all-knowing being. What
Oh.
kind of questions would you even ask?
I would ask about the incident of my birth, and then kind of go from there.
That just doesn't seem very structured.
All right. So I think what you're getting at it here is we should do this thing. I saw some theater people do it once. Role play. Okay.
Role play?
Yes,
That's got to be the
no.
dumbest thing.
No. Check this out. Okay. I'll pretend to be the old man.
Okay.
You pretend to be yourself.
I am me.
All right. Now,
Wait, what am I?
you are
Relevant.
his new wife that is very jealous of the son.
Whose new wife?
The old man's.
Oh.
He's not his son.
Wait, how do we know that he's married?
I don't think we do know if he's married or not.
Yeah.
No, we don't. Not
But
at
I think
all.
that's why he said new wife, because it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Rebecca looks up.
Wait,
and
hold
is just
on.
like,
Hold on. Where would the
is
ceremony even
happening?
be? There's like not really a nearby
It
city.
doesn't matter. It's already happened, right?
Well, so he's not in the Sunken Forest. Well, we're going in the wrong
No,
place.
I mean,
then.
what if they just eloped?
Okay.
All right. So pretend you have long hair.
Well,
You're
And-
beautiful.
but I don't
Wait.
want to pretend I got long
Here,
hair.
put this rag on your
Okay.
head.
And I'm going to have this big old beard. He takes his blanket and like shoves it up
Ooh.
around his face.
Okay.
Well, hello, young man.
Hello, Roderick.
Yes, I am Roderick. What questions do you have for me?
I was. Oh, this feels silly. I was wondering if you could tell me about my birth.
Well, yes, you were born.
I see now why you said I might need more specific questions.
Yeah. Was I supposed to speak there?
Is
Oh.
his name Roderick?
Isn't it?
I thought it was Ignis.
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 Yeah.
I forgot.
I mean,
well, the
tomato,
roleplay Ignis is
potato.
Roderick. I guess
Okay.
but yeah, I mean, maybe,
everyone's a critic.
yeah. I think about it a little.
Okay. Do you want a line right now?
Sure.
Okay.
Wait, what?
Do you want a line?
Oh, like,
Do you
For
want to say
this?
something? Yeah.
no.
Oh, okay.
No, I'm gonna take this rag off and pretend that this never happened.
I just thought that's what you were asking about. If you should say something.
Well, no, more talking about like, your questions.
Oh.
You probably should think of some.
Okay.
Yeah,
You sure you don't want to be a part of this?
say a line.
Yeah.
Oh, hello there. I'm the new wife. What is this?
Well, I found this young man and I have details about his birth.
What? Why are you doing the voice too? Like,
Because I'm an
that's
old
how,
man.
That's how Ignis sounds.
oh, so I gotta keep sounding all dainty.
Yes.
Preferably, yes.
Yeah, like 2 or 3 octaves higher.
Jesus. Oh, I didn't know that you had kids. Oh,
Oh, well,
This
he
is
is
awful.
not mine. I found him.
well, I still married you thinking you didn't have any kids, so I'm gonna leave you.
Otis, what the hell?
Please don't leave.
Right? Isn't this a modern relationship? They eloped. They obviously don't have their,
Good
their
point,
things
good
in
point, good
order.
point.
This is not what this is about. It's about me.
Oh, I forgot.
The drama.
Let's just fuck. You know what? Otis was right. This is stupid.
So, but you see how it could be helpful,
I see
right?
how,
you,
yes,
you
in the
have
right
ask them
circumstances.
questions and
Yeah.
you have someone to bounce them off of.
Mm-hmm.
The voices are kind of silly, though.
It's just how they sound. Probably.
All right. Well, I
Maybe.
tried. I'm gonna go.
I wouldn't quit on it quite yet, Ragnvold, but
We can
maybe refine it a little.
We can pick it up on
Okay.
the way to the Sunken Forest tomorrow, I think.
maybe throw some dice while we're
If you
making
pick this
decisions.
up on the way out of here, I will leave all of you in this forest. Do you understand me?
If you wanted to join, you could
Yeah,
have
you're
said
just
so.
jealous. You can be his brother.
That's such a.
Reveka
yes,
picks
Vera.
up her
Yes.
journal and
Vera's
walks
raising-
away.
Okay, well, nighty night. Some of us may or may not try the roleplay again in the morning. Who are we sharing tents? Like, what's the vibe? I know we shared rooms, but we only have 2 tents, I think.
I'm sleeping outside.
Yeah.
Well, I feel like if Vera wants to come and sleep in my tent again, then that would give you guys the opportunity to, or not again, but in my tent, we can share a space again. That would give you guys the opportunity to all squeeze in. You're all like bottom class
Oh my god.
teenage boys, so you'll all fit into a tent together. Like, I'm not concerned.
I was just gonna say malnourished, but I'm bottom class.
I'm at least lower middle. Well, maybe upper lower.
Hey, his
Say
dad
middle.
owns an
My dad owns
establishment.
an inn. What do you own?
You know, he's
Respectfully.
got a point there, actually.
Yeah, he's probably middle class.
Yeah.
I stay winning
I
fighting
mean,
tournaments.
I'm peasant level, sure, but
I mean, if we look at the rich dad, poor dad quadrant, he is definitely over here in the business owner portion, where the rest of us are in this job portion, where we're just making it slowly
Okay.
to live.
not as Otis. What?
There's a scale, bro. There's like a y-axis and an
There is?
x-axis.
yeah.
All right,
like a
I
whole
will
thing?
share the tent.
There's a rich
Thank
dad,
you.
poor dad quadrant where if you have a job, you're up here.
Okay.
If you are a specialist and you get paid very well for your job, you're over here. If you own a business, you're over here. And then if you're an investor that doesn't work at all, you're over here.
Hmm.
And so, like, you move through the different places. It's a whole thing.
Okay.
Read the book.
All right.
I'm not
Wait,
explaining
is
it
this
well.
actually a book?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Rich Dad, Poor
Rich
Dad
Poor Dad.
by Robert Kiyosaki.
Don't say his name. We're not sponsored. I'm just
I mean, actually, no, that's one of those ones where, like,
Everyone
I
should
don't
read
even
it.
care if we're not sponsored. Like,
that was a good book.
for real, it's fantastic, and it will change the way that you look at finances. So,
You think I look at finances now?
I mean, you should.
I just ignore it.
So everyone's going to bed.
Yes, going to
Eoghan's
bed.
sleeping in the spare tent since Vera and Reveka are sharing a tent. The other dudes are welcome to not sleep in the tent since I think they were peaceful with sleeping outside.
Yep.
Yeah.
I'm gonna steal the camera and flash forward to Otis. How are you? Like, what are you? Are you leaning on a tree? What's the vibe?
I think I'm like sitting down, maybe like one leg straight out, one leg up. Gonna have the cloak covering most of me, the blankets on my leg that's sticking out a bit. Leaning back a little bit against the log that the 3 bodies were on originally. Yeah.
Okay. You're just chilling, not really going to bed. You going to bed yet?
No, I'm still just thinking like, what do I ask this all-knowing being that Eoghan didn't fucking help me with?
And then
Is that?
Ragnvald tried to help.
he was
but
projecting.
I had no idea that's what you were going
Yeah.
for.
That's what I was going for.
Oh,
It should have been
man.
obvious. I didn't realize it either at the time.
Yeah.
He really said, "Hey, there's this all-knowing being, and you can ask it whatever you want. What do you want to ask?" And he's like, "I'm bored, man." And I didn't put the 2 dots together at all. Anyway, you're
But I think that kind of shows how everybody's headspace is like in different places right
Yeah.
now.
Yeah.
Like, Otis could not give 2 shits about taking
how
Eoghan to
was
his.
born.
Yeah.
When you have a super old Feyond in your pocket, you kind of have other things to worry about.
Yep.
So yeah, you're gazing off. You're wondering. You're thinking. You're like You're pacing in your head. And as you're kind of just gazing into the fire, you hear, "What a beautiful night it is, isn't it?"
Yeah. What? Who? And I'm starting to look around.
Yeah, and she continues. She goes, "Well, I mean, you're not gonna see me, but
Oh,
You
God.
gave me your Rendoth. We're connected now, Otis.
No.
Oh. So you heard all that.
I heard you talking shit. Yeah.
Okay.
You were all like, I can trick her. I'm not like the other rat catchers. I'm smarter.
Well, you know, that's what all the 17-year-olds say these days.
Is it?
Oh, I think so. So, what?
I just wanted to ask if you had time to think about making a deal.
Well,
I know you were pretty opposed to it a while ago.
You're up here, right? So what do you think?
I'm always down to make a deal. I would like a body to move around in.
No. What I'm saying is, do you think I've been thinking about our little deal?
Yeah, I mean, it seems like you have a lot of questions. You were trying to roleplay earlier, so.
Okay. So you can't read my brain. But you took the picture of that horrible farm from my brain. What is it that you do?
Weird. If only somehow, some way, there would be some kind of a bargain, a deal, perhaps, where you can get the answers to your questions.
Say, the thing is, I value my life.
Oh, I don't have to kill you.
Am I speaking out loud or am I speaking like in my head?
It's up to you. The voice is in your head, but I mean, like, she can hear you regardless. So it's up to you whether you think Otis would be speaking out loud or thinking at her.
I think he would. What would he do? So he would speak out loud and then say they can't hear. Okay. Yeah, I think Otis would start to kind of like move into the whole head talking after speaking out loud a little bit.
Okay. And yeah, and you notice when you start switching from like being verbal to talk to thinking at her, she still hears you and responds. But it is unclear whether or not she can like read your mind or if it's because it's so deliberate, right? But yeah, she goes, if only there was a deal where you can get the answer to your questions. And I don't have to kill you. That guy from before, that was just a deal we made. He said, you can have my body after I die. So I had his body after he died.
Well, I mean,
He didn't know he'd be stuck in like some weird vegetable state. But I mean, again, ignorance is bliss. But I don't have to kill you. We can like every other week, you know? Like whatever works for you.
every other week.
You're you, every other week I'm you. Like whatever you want.
Oh, see. Now that's...
Well, that's my point. We can talk about the semantics. Like, I'm the only one. I feel like I'm the only one really trying to make a connection here. Like, you just seem so opposed for no reason.
Luna. You already said that we're connected. Connection's been made.
Yeah.
So, let's just ride with this for a little bit, and we'll think about some weird deal we could do.
Okay. Well, just remember.
And then I think really, really hard about that image of the masked Feyend.
Well, just remember. I'm always listening. And you can like. She shuts up.
Well, shit. Well, Rodney, you're a good little rat. Gives him a little bit of a scratch. I can think through this. I can think through it. And then he just kind of like sits there staring at the fire until he just straight up passes out.
And then if no one else has a nighttime scene, we'll go to morning. And
Do I feel better?
oh yeah, you took the thing. I think God, I'm never ready. I'm the worst DM that's ever DM'd. And I should be put to the sword. I think you only hear one overnight, but whatever the healing rate is, you do feel better after a full night's rest.
Anti-sick?
Yeah, it's pod.
The character who is resting can recover up to 3 damage points for every 24 hours. 1 point for a night's sleep, a second point if you're cared for correctly, which you can do yourself. If you are in a condition to do so and have the appropriate discipline. Yeah, so it requires a discipline for you to get that second point. And then if you stay in bed or have little activity during an entire day, you regain another point.
Okay, so you get 1 for a full night's rest.
Okay.
I guess and then if one of you wanted to ask Ragnvald to try to help,
Fix me, Ragnvald.
Okay.
but he does have the potential to make it worse if he fucks up the roll.
Can I
think.
roll?
Don't fuck it up.
I'm not going to. Oh no. I got a 12.
I mean, I'll say they're pretty simple cuts and bruises,
Okay.
so I'll give her the extra healing point.
Sounds good.
Because I'm a
Thank you.
generous god. A Jod, if you would.
Jesus.
Jaw, dude.
Jod.
Jod. Isn't that a Superman character?
Jod? No, you're thinking
General Zod?
of
Is that
Zod.
who you're
Zod.
thinking of?
That's what I'm thinking of. Yeah. With a Z.
Oh, you wake up?
I mean, Jod. General Zod.
Oh, true.
Your brain just
Oh.
already made that extra
Yeah,
step.
yeah, yeah.
There we go. Man, my brain's broken.
But like in a good way.
So many ways. Okay. We wake up.
It's morning now.
Ooh.
You pack up. You start heading. You start walking. Waddling.
Herpy derping.
Eoghan comes up to Ragnvald and goes, so you still trying to roleplay or?
I mean, do you have more ideas?
I mean, you just never answered. I mean, like, give me details.
So, I'm like 70 years old.
Okay. No, I meant about
Like gray hairs
my-
coming out of my beard.
You know what? I think Reveka was right. Maybe this isn't a great idea.
Oh. All right.
I appreciate
Well,
your enthusiasm.
if you ever want to.
I'll let you know.
Those play guys, they were really good.
The play guys.
Yeah.
The
like,
plague
theater.
guys? Ooh.
Play
Oh, the
guys.
play.
Yeah.
That makes more sense than what I thought.
Yeah. Like, whose line? And then they're like, oh, it's my line. And then it was funny. I'm not doing it justice.
Was
but
this in Osavale? You saw this?
Yes.
I never went. I should go.
Yeah.
Anyway, you're traveling. At about 1 p.m. this time. You start. How do I explain this? You have. Imagine the top of a tree, right? Now imagine that top of the tree is on the floor. And that's when you're like, oh, this is probably the Sunken Forest.
Like bushes?
Yeah.
But it's trees?
Yeah.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Okay. Yeah.
So they just name things pretty literally here then.
Yeah, I mean, it does feel like that. I mean, Twale's Twale, but like the areas, it sounds like that, yeah.
The Grey Bog, the
was-
Sunken Forest.
Yeah.
So are they just really short trees?
No.
Oh.
Maybe? It's hard to tell. But they look, I guess, from the outside, looking at the tree, they do look like really short trees.
But they might just be real deep. Perhaps
But they might just
sunken
be
in
real
the ground.
deep, have real good personalities, you know what I'm saying?
You just need to take the time to get to know them.
Well,
But, Eoghan speaks up and he goes, well, I didn't think about this until just this instance. But I guess we have no way of really knowing where in the Sunken Forest Ignis is.
no, we don't. But I'm sure that we can see some sort of used paths or signs
Oh.
of human activity here.
Well, what about, Squawkas?
Oh.
Isn't he trained for this kind of thing?
Yeah, I suppose. He's never been here, so it might take him a while, but
Right.
might as well.
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay, go find signs of life. And I let him go.
Caw! And he goes up and he starts flying in another direction. For the time being, are you guys just are you also going to keep looking around on foot? Are you going to set up a temporary camp in the Sunken Forest and wait? Like, what do we want to do? We the homies.
I think it would make sense to just continue to look, but how do you guys feel?
Yeah, just keep walking deeper.
Yeah.
Okay.
When I woke up this morning,
No.
I still
Nothing
haven't come
back.
back.
No.
Damn. Yeah, wherever. Stop.
It looks like a forest, just with short trees.
Now, when you say short trees, like, are we having to like crouch down through here, or like?
They're like you're like walking through the tops of trees. Like, it's almost annoying. Because they do look like almost like bushes, except for like the trees with less leaves, in which cases they are just branches. But they are like your height.
Weird.
Isn't it?
That's
Yeah.
super annoying.
Yeah, there are some like the tallest trees like come up to like just above you, and you can see like trunk. And that's it.
So, do you think the land came in here, or do you think they just grow this way?
Yeah, no idea, man.
Maybe there's aquifers below the land and now everything's sinking because they depleted the resources.
That would make sense. What's
Wow.
an aquifer?
Like an underground lake?
It's like underground pockets in the ground of like
Of water?
underground water. Yeah,
Oh,
That's what happened in like Mexico City or something. It's sinking.
that's wild. Well,
so wouldn't we be able to just like fucking see him?
yeah. I mean, if there was a person that was just standing there, you'd see him.
Yeah.
You don't see a person just standing there.
Dang it.
Shot.
But
Yeah. Well, it's almost like the trays are like in a lower level or something.
and
Yeah.
Is there any sort of sign of like people walking around nearby here, or like a route that they might take for hunting or anything like that?
Yeah, could we do like a travel or a natural environment to try and get on his trail?
you can do. I'll say do natural environment.
Okay. $16.
I'm doing the Spider-Man thing next to her, like watching her tracking.
Yeah, I mean the Sunken Forest is decently removed from most cities. There's one city like a little bit to the south. Never eat soggy waffles. West, but and because of that, there's not like a beaten path. Like people very rarely travel through here. But you do notice that there are like animal tracks that kind of lead to where like they kind of head in the same general direction. And you being well traveled, especially like off the beaten path, you would know that animals like to vibe near water sources. Mm-hmm. So if someone were to like vibe in the Sunken Forest, it'd probably be near like a water source, right?
Okay.
And around the same time that you go, oh, it's probably in this general direction. Razor comes back, literally holding a sign that says, "Do not disturb, Ignis."
What?
Well, I think we found him.
Good job, Razor.
And he goes, "Caw!" And he starts like flying, but leading you back towards.
Feed him a worm.
Okay.
He starts leading you back towards where he found like the sign, and you walk a little like northwest, if that makes sense, like northwest but mostly north.
Yeah.
You come across one of the slightly taller trees where you can actually face the trunk, and you see that like carved into the tree is a door, and like a signpost with the top of the signpost missing, presumably where Razor said, "Give me that." And yeah.
Oh, Eoghan. At least we know he's alive,
No, we don't know that.
presumably.
I mean, I wouldn't say he isn't.
Yeah.
We got this note that Razor brought back. No one knows we're coming to find Ignis besides your father, and there's no way he would have gotten here before us with Twail being in the state that it was. So I would assume that it is him.
Yeah, I mean,
Only one way to find out.
and Eoghan kind of like takes a second to like steel himself, and he walks up and he knocks on the wooden door, and after some delay, a very old man with a white beard and gray hair,
I was right.
walking on a cane, comes up to the door and says, "Didn't you see the sign that said no disturbances? What brings you here?"
And I think we all kind of just collectively push Eoghan to the front of the group. As like awful as that is, like what better explanation than like,
Here's your
Here
kid.
he is.
Here's the kid that you dropped off with the weird eye.
And he
Here's
looks-
this kid that's not yours.
but that's kind of yours
Yeah.
for some reason.
And he looks down at he looks at Eoghan and he goes, "Oh, look at you, a bright young man you've grown into. Well, come in." And he ushers to come inside, and Eoghan walks in.
Sorry, side note. I'm so glad we have the old man voice.
It's one of my favorite voices to do.
Okay.
And so he ushers to let you guys in, seemingly. And then after Eoghan walks in, he goes, "Ho, ho, hold on. Not the rest of you."
Oh, but we're traveling with him.
"Well, yes, but I owe the boy, not the rest of..." And then he looks at you, Otis. And he goes, "On second thought, you can come in too. You're the spitting image of your father."
Oh,
And he ushers for you to come
fuck.
inside. And that, I think, is where we'll cut the episode.
No.
God damn it.
Otis's daddy issues are here too.
They're everywhere.
Our daddy.
The
issues,
campaign is just
Conrad.
called Otis's Dad.
Nah, dude, they're just yours.
Oof. Wait, and so they're just leaving the rest of us outside?
Yeah, probably. I mean, I really wanted to make it a big deal that he knew Otis's dad, but now I'm like, well, I have to find a reason to get the rest of the group in there. So maybe there'll be a side quest or something. I don't know.
Okay.
I kind of play. I play a lot of it by ear.
That's fair.
So maybe you just won't know shit until Otis goes, "Guess what?" Like, you know what I'm saying? But yeah. I mean, he's old. He's crotchety. Crotchety?
Fair. Also,
Yeah.
his house probably isn't.
You don't know.
Dude, it could literally be stairs down into like just this massive, magnificent mansion.
Yeah.
Oh, stairs down into this root cage. There's a bunch of vines.
That's
Yeah.
what I was picturing.
And some like monkeys flipping around down there. Man.
Maybe the monkeys aren't infested or anything, and he's just like, "Yeah, I found these really cool pink flowers that I started growing."
Yep.
Oh my
really
god.
sleepy
This old
lately.
man is the gray bog. He's the gray bog.
Oh my god.
He's not the gray bog.
I mean, he has gray hair.
We're all the
Maybe
great
his
bog.
name is Bog.
Maybe the gray bog is the friends you made along the way.
And with that,
Maybe the real gray bog is the gray bog.
Yeah, probably.
probably.
I mean, they do have a very consistent naming convention.
They do.
All right, deuces rechecks.
God, you think
Later,
Say
nerds.
goodbye.
Follow us on socials.
Oh, yeah.
We have a Patreon.
Yeah.
etc.
Patreon,
You know.
We were
Instagram, all
doing
that
Nova open. We're cool.
Bye.